Hello, everyone. This is Awesome Sauce Radio. I am your host, Vital Wonders. Before I bring the guest in, just want to give a quick shout out to DeMarco's Pizza, the official pizzeria and sponsor of this episode. They're at 1926 Union Valley Road in Hewitt, New Jersey, 07421. And you can reach them at 973-728-1344. Mention the show and get a 3-order garlic knots. And now, for something I've been talking about all day to anyone who would listen, I think the people at the banquet I was not listening, and our special guest. She is a legend. She is an actress. She has made some amazing movies. Hall of Famer and the ABNs. Ginger Lynn, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, but I lost my voice. I'm wonderful, Adam. I'm wonderful, baby. How about you?
I am doing really well.
It's been a while. I think about you every once in a while, so I was really glad when you reached out. You're just a sweetheart, and I appreciate.
Like I said, I reached out to you and Christy about the same time, and I heard back from you first.
Yeah, you know what? I have probably 24 requests in my inbox right now, and I'm so busy right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 films under my belt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, I counted wrong. 7.
That's still impressive.
Yeah. It's been, I just, one that just came out. Well, you ask me questions because you know me. I'll just take over.
Yeah, hang on, because this is a nice segue because one of my questions was what projects do you have coming out? And
then I was way ahead of you.
I just watched Gifted, and I just also watched.
What did you watch?
Gifted.
Oh, The Gifted, the original or the prequel, Original Sin.
I think I watched the original.
Okay. Yeah, no, I loved doing both of the films. We did The Gifted, and I play a woman who's gone through a lot of shit, and you see her at different points of time in her life, and it was a really intense role. And the character that you saw, that I played in The Gifted, is rough, angry, lots of sharp edges, and she's fucked up her life. And so you've seen that now. What they did was people loved The Gifted so much, but it was a short film. So now we went back and we shot The Original Sin, and The Original Sin is the prequel, so that you know how Barbara turned into the woman that she was. I have powers, I have superpowers. I'm getting all these great. Can I swear?
This is an adult entertainment podcast, so you can do whatever.
Okay.
You can say whatever you want.
Good. So I was going to say fuck, but I don't. I'm getting the best fucking rules ever right now, and it's funny. It's not funny. It's wonderful, and I love it. For a woman in the entertainment industry, be that any part of it, a singer, a songwriter, a porn star, an actor, a painter, a designer, I forgot what I was going to say now. What was I talking about?
Painter, I guess you were trying to go how wonderful of a role this playing Barbara.
Oh, was. Yes. So I'm just now getting, getting older, but now I'm going to say, I did Rob Zombie's Devil's Rejects in 2005. This is our 20-year reunion this year.
It's really 20 years now?
20 years, yeah. Yeah, it's 20 years. So doing a lot of conventions. If you want to see me, I will be in Kentucky next weekend.
That's awesome. What event?
Let me open it up. I'm sorry. I should be more prepared.
No problem. I'll ask you that. Will you be at any of the Exoticas this year?
No, but come see me in Kentucky, and then a couple weeks later, I'm going to be in Kansas City, kind of doing the East, Midwest, South area, which I'm very excited about because I'm a nice girl from Illinois.
You are a Midwest girl.
Unless I have a cock in my mouth, but even then, I'm still a nice girl. But what I was getting around to was that the older I've gotten, we all get wiser as we get older. I hope so. I'm at a point in my career where people are hiring me for my talents, not for my name, because I studied for 6 years. I've got for real, I have over 200 projects that I've worked on. Now, if you go to my IMDb page,
listening to your IMDb page with a screen reader is exhausting.
Yeah. No.
So it's like, just like having to listen to it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and she was in Those Young Girls, and she was in Devil's
Rejects. Do we have to talk about the cunt every time? And as I said, Adam, stop for a second. I don't know how well you can see it all, but my shirt says.
I actually have a little bit of vision, so.
Can you read my shirt?
Actually, I can see that it has something on it. I just can't make it out.
Yep, it says always cunty. So it's funny because I just called so-and-so a cunt, and I'm wearing a shirt that says, I'm always a cunt. But I'm really not. I'm really not.
Yeah, but to be honest, you see, I think I told you this story a while back, that the way I discovered your adult entertainment work was I actually found a VHS tape in my father's dresser drawer.
I've heard this story before.
Didn't see what the title was, and I was like, "Ooh, this is awesome," and put it back in his drawer after watching it.
Now, let me ask you this: you've seen my adult movies. I'm sure that's how you're most familiar with me. Have you continued on and followed me throughout all of the phases?
Yeah. Actually, I was trying to find, because I saw on your IMDb list that you were in show. I did not realize that you were in a couple episodes of Silk Stockings.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember those episodes, and I love that show. So I was like, I'm trying to see where they're streaming anywhere.
I don't know.
I love you in Devil's Rejects. I love you in 31.
Thank you. Have you seen the Metallica video, Turn the Page?
Yes.
Did you? It was one of the most powerful pieces I've ever done. And it's funny. That was shot in, I believe, 1999. And I started doing adult films in 1983. And on the premiere night of Metallica's Turn the Page on MTV, I've got my grandma and all these people sitting around, and we're all watching the show. There's like 20 people at my house, and we're watching it. And my son is watching it. And after it's over, we kind of sat and talked about it a little bit. And my phone rang, and it was my dad, who is my hero, always will be. He's gone now, but he's still my hero. I still talk to him every day. Oh shit, Adam. Now what was it? I had a great story. I lost it in the middle. Bring me back.
You were with your entire family watching?
Yes, the Metallica video. So the phone rings. It's my dad, and he's always been by my side, but this was the first time he ever said anything like this. And what he said was, I'm very proud of you, and you're a really good actress. I fucking lost it. It was just awesome to hear those words from my dad. So I'm not only honored that they asked me to be in the video, but I'm proud of it. And it's just another thing that brought me closer to someone I love. And Jonas Åkerlund, the director, was Jonas is the best. I fucking love Jonas Ackerland. When he received his MTV Music Video Award, he had just done Madonna's. He did "Smack My Bitch Up."
Back to like 26 years, so I'm not going to remember. I'm Madonna.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. So, Jonas received his. Basically, I'm telling you, he worked with Madonna. He worked with all these huge, wonderful bands. He's met everyone he's ever wanted in his life. And when he found out he was going to get the award, he actually asked me if I would present it to him. And so I gave Jonas Ackerland, who directed Metallica's Turn the Page video, his music video award.
That's awesome.
And I don't think I've told that story before. You're getting something new here, baby.
Actually, there is another one of your more recent movies I'm curious about. It is Babezilla versus the Cyber Skanks.
Babezilla versus the Cyber Skanks. It's
can you please tell me and my audience what this movie is and where we can find it online?
Oh, it's a classic. You're going to fall in love with it. I can't remember the lead. I
fell in love with it just by the title.
It's brilliant. It's so bad. It's brilliant. And Babezilla has, tits that shoot things out of her nipples and all these superpowers. But she's not that wise yet. She's still young. I play Momzilla, but I'm dead. And so she talks to me. I talk to her from wherever the fuck you go when you die. So I play Momzilla. It's campy. It's hysterical. Beautiful women. If you like tits and ass, this is your movie. If you like comedy that's so bad it's brilliant, check out Babezilla versus the Cyber Skanks.
I was trying to figure out where.
And I don't know where it's showing, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'll continue to do my research. I was hoping to be able to find it on YouTube movies, but that's all I found was a quick review of it.
Oh wow, I don't know.
I'll figure it out. But,
yeah,
like I said, I fell in love with it just by the title. I was going for
exactly, and the guys, the producer and director, the main people behind it are the nicest people in the world. When I went in, and I've got a lizard face, I'm Momzilla. I've got lizard arms, and I brought my friend Scotty Schwartz with me.
Scotty, love Scotty.
Scotty Schwartz from The Toy, Christmas Story. Yeah, Scotty's a good friend of mine, and so yeah, he's just awesome. I love Scotty Schwartz. Good guy. And he came with when we went to film, because I didn't know these guys were shooting in a hotel, green screen. So I brought Scotty with me just to make sure nothing was weird, although I didn't feel anything uncomfortable. So it was all shot against green screen. And you know what? Hold on. Do you want to see a picture from the movie?
That would be great.
My babes or my Momzilla?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And Scotty's going to be in this too. Oh shit, I have so much stuff. Let's see. I want months. Okay, so this would have been, that was June, May. Trying to think of how long ago it was. Don't I have a Babezilla category in my photos? I should. Hold on. Keep talking.
Are you still doing the painting?
Am I still doing the what?
Your paintings?
Definitely. I'm still painting. Oh, I can't find it. It's going to take up too much time. You know what's weird? When I signed into your show, it asked occupation, and I stopped and thought about it for a minute. And I'm an artist. I paint. I design jewelry. I'm writing a book. Did a little porn. Did a little TV. Did a little, I've just had so many wonderful things. And sorry.
No,
I'm getting a little older.
I think the last
let me show you something. One thing really quick, Adam.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to have, I'm 62 and I'm having little memory problems. So if I stop in the middle of a story. If you can help me catch up, great. If not, what I've taken on as the rest of my life's journey is when I forget what I'm saying in the middle of the sentence, I just go, ta-da, the end.
That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna at the next visually impressive park group, I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, because we all do it. We all do it, and I take the vitamins to clear my brain and make me still remember shit.
I know.
It works for old shit, but not when I go up the stairs. Here's my best one. The other day, talking to my son on my phone, and I'm getting ready to leave, and I go, I can't talk anymore. I can't find my phone. I gotta leave, and I was on my phone. So that's where I am in everyday life. Forget what I'm doing in the middle of it.
That's fine. I'm doing a little caretaking for my parents at the moment, and my dad is now taking this. He's like, I found this great concoction to help my brain stay healthy and strong on TikTok. So he's got this drink that he makes with lemons, vinegar, and I think celery. It's like a whole mixture of stuff that he's been blending. That's kind of. He claims that
is it helping him to keep his brain working properly? Is it working?
That's what he's claiming.
Well, what do you see? Any
right
difference?
I see him at least sleeping a little better with it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I have found the best cure-all, not everything, but I found the best medication that helps for anything except brain memory. It helps blood pressure. It helps anxiety. It helps panic attacks. It helps headaches. Weed. Fucking weed. Is it legal where you are?
Testify. Actually, in the last 2 years, it's just been legal in New Jersey.
Okay.
And if someone ever said that to me growing up, when I was like a teenager, that one day there'd be like 10 pot shop,
right?
10 storefronts in my town selling marijuana, to the point where the town is not allowed legally by the state to give out any more licenses to open up shops.
It really works out. My boyfriend, we're coming up on 16 years, which is amazing for a girl like me. And he's wonderful and I'm happy. But he is very anti-drugs. To me, I don't consider weed a drug. It grows in nature. It's natural. It's not processed. I mean, they do things to help cultivate it. But weed helps me through so many things, except memory loss.
Okay, I'm actually starting to do marijuana therapy for eye pressure.
I swear it really works, Adam. Yeah.
So I'm doing I would talk to my friends who own the dispensary that hopefully they'll get back to me about sponsoring the show at some point.
Right.
And they gave me I forget the name of the strain off the top of my head, but
do you know if it was an indica, a sativa, or a hybrid?
I think it was a sativa.
A sativa. Now, sativas are going to give you more energy. Sativas, I talk to, there's people that always say, oh, I can't smoke pot. I get too hyper. Sativas are going to make you have energy. If I want to clean my house, which I never want to, I hire people. But if I wanted to, I would smoke weed first. Because I'd be going, oh yeah, oh nobody's gotten in this corner. Yeah, I have my tweezers out. So but in all reality and honesty, I believe for me, it's saved my life. I've had 3 mini strokes, and the doctors are going to give you pills all day fucking long, and I don't want to take pills. And my blood pressure is like really, really bad. I take meds every day. It's to the point where it's like I'm going to die, kind of like 215 over 187. Like, how am I living? Yeah. If I take a pill, it takes a half an hour for it to kick in. If I smoke weed, 60 to 120 seconds. and my blood pressure drops. The last time I checked it, because I can feel it when it's coming on, it dropped 40 fucking points. Boom. 40 points in one and like 30 something in the other
that's
within
awesome.
seconds. And so my boyfriend and I was saying he's very against it. He's like the one that he'll tell me, you need to go smoke. Yeah, because I forget that I have that remedy sometimes. And I don't know how we got on this topic, but I love that it's legal now.
I think it's legal in like maybe 50% of the United States at this point.
Quite. It is in LA. I know. I live in Vegas.
Last time I was in Vegas, I went into this one dispensary that was like an Apple Superstore right across the street from where
Area 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
As a blind person, it was also one of the greatest sighted guide shopping experiences I ever had.
Oh.
They're like, you need someone to help you shop? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like put your hand on. We want to feel what this feels like.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is so
cool. This is a bong, and this is like, and I walked out of. I actually think I spent an extra more money than I really wanted to because they were just being so nice and kind to me. Yeah,
no, you know what?
A pot cookies, but yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a friend that makes pot cookies in LA, and every time I go, I let him know a few days ahead of time, and he makes different batches, and we've been doing this for years. He's my cookie buddy. So I was in LA with Christy Canyon, who was my bestie that I spent a lot of time with a couple weeks ago, and he brought me over my little care package with the sealable Tupperware and the paper in between the cookies, and I ate a cookie. And I've always eaten his cookies. I eat the whole thing. I know my tolerance. Oh my God. Be careful when it comes to homemade shit. I was doing a live podcast and I was so fucking high. It was ridiculous. I was in my own world. And my goal is not to get high. My goal is to relieve whatever's bothering me. And I will from now on eat half a cookie just to see what the strength of it is.
That's cool.
But I want to say one more thing. I love that there were people there that cared. They were nice. We have so many angry, upset, disgruntled people in the world today. I find that when I go to weed stores, they're the nicest people. And they help everybody. They care.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the one dispensary because I use meta glasses when I'm out from time to time. So I was testing them out, and I had them read the sign. I was like, oh, well, dispensary. Another dispensary opened in town. What a surprise. It's all that's opening in my parents' town nowadays.
Ooh, you know what? I didn't even think of that. I'm going to, where am I going again?
You're going to Kentucky?
Kansas City and East Coast. Where else am I going? Just not South Carolina.
I think you said Kentucky was first.
Kentucky. And I'm going to guess that in Kentucky and Kansas City, weed is probably not legal. So I'll have to think that one through. It would be nice if you were a medical patient that you were allowed to carry. It's medication.
Yeah.
I mean, not like a pound.
Yeah, it's not like here's the full duffel bag.
Right.
It's like walking around the plane. You get some weed. You get some weed.
A little for you.
Baby, put some of this weed in their formula right now. So please let the little baby be quiet.
All of us, when you get on the plane, they hand you, I don't know if you've seen these little devices, but they're about this tall, and the bottom comes off, and you put your weed in the bottom, and it heats it up and catches it on fire within this little device, and it doesn't leave all the smoke, because you can smoke a joint on a plane or do a bong or, but these little devices, they're like $200, but they're really amazing. They would still catch you. The thing about weed is it always smells like weed. You can't get your way out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been smoking. Not yet today. Actually,
I'm
it's
an
really
edible
good.
person, so I can at least disguise it. I can at least like put some regular gummies on top of the medical gummies.
Right. Yeah, no, I like gummies before I go to bed. I'm the type of person with so many things going on in their life that when I lie down and go to sleep, my brain is still going and going and going. If I eat a gummy beforehand, I just kind of chill. I've done my day. I've worked I've done everything I needed to do. And then it's the perfect time for a gummy. Just calms me down. I watch a movie. Oh my God, I have to tell you, Adam. So I don't know how to say this.
Just
Do you watch movies, right? But you watch movies, right? You can see well enough to know what's going on in the movie.
And also, whenever there's a lot of movies that have something called audio descriptive, where it's a regular movie, but there'll be another track going, and Barbara is about to grab a bat. It's a wooden bat, and she's swinging it towards a metal fence. And the regular dialogue in the movie and everything in the movie would be still going, but there's an extra track describing anything that's digital for someone who has low vision or cannot see at all.
That's fantastic. I love that.
I need to double check because I actually think the Devil's Reject is in AD.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
Well, you need to go back and watch it again. It's the anniversary. I watched it. And whenever Leonard Skinner Freebird comes on, I'm right back on the set again.
That's cool. So what are some of your fondest memories of working on Devil's Rejects?
Meeting Rob Zombie first, meeting Sherry, and a lot of times in this world, when you meet your heroes, you get disappointed. They were both amazing. They're just the nicest, down-to-earth people. I talked to Rob, and he's so cool, so awesome that I can't comprehend the fact that he comes up with so many fucked up ideas that are brilliant. But it's like he's so nice and calm and quiet, and then he writes, movies that you're going, oh my God, I can't even watch this. So just meeting them in general was wonderful. But on the Devil's Rejects, have I told you the story before about my leg?
I think you did.
Long story short, I broke my leg fighting in martial arts in 3 things. So when I got to the set, I was wearing nothing but a red corset, and the set was too small for me to get through. So the crew had to pass me down. They lined up on the sides, and they literally kind of just passed me down to where Sid Haig was in the bed lying, as Captain Spaulding, of course. And it was the most awkward and hysterical ways to meet someone. So remember, I have no underwear on. I have no top on, just a corset. The crews passed me down. I've got a cast from my thigh to my ankle, and they plop me on top of Sid's dirty underwear. And it was one of those moments where, like, you can't prepare for it. And I just went, hi. Well, what do you say when you're plopped on a half-naked person? You're half naked, and that's your introduction. So that was a really cool moment. And working with Sid was amazing. I miss him so much. Such a good man. And I'm so happy that his talents were appreciated at a later point in life, because he did so much work. He worked on everything. He was in one of the James Bond movies. But doing the Devil's Rejects, 1001 Corpses. As soon as you meet Captain Spaulding, he just nailed it, and he became an icon. I mean, I've got 2 candles sitting next to my bathtub. People send me things, and all Captain Spaulding things. And 2 people recently have sent me prayer candles with Captain Spaulding on the outside.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great? Isn't that
Yeah.
great? Yeah. So everything was smooth. It was easy. Everybody was professional. It was a pleasure to work on the set. And I feel sometimes when I do a movie, not sometimes, but a lot of times, depends on how long I'm on the set. But the people in the cast, excuse me, and in the crew, become family. Because you're so intimate, and everybody is taking the best of themselves and putting it towards a project that it takes all of our contributions to be successful. And that's one of the reasons that Rob was low budget SAG. So Rob's film, The Devil's Rejects, had that family vibe. And I left missing people and feeling, I'm not gonna. So I love it. Yeah, but I've checked. Rob, on average, casts me every 8 years. He's cast me in 3 of his films. I turned down The Lords of Salem for personal reasons. But it's about this next 2026, I believe it's time for him to hire me again. So I'm hoping that he calls. But films coming out,
I normally usually just see him once a year, and that's by a miracle bumping into him at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Which
oh, you're lucky if you get to meet Rob and Sherry.
I met them. I've been like, it was definitely pre-pandemic. I think I was 17 or 18. I met them at San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay, nice. And meeting Sherry is so rare.
They were just like, I was nervous about meeting him because, once again, meeting your heroes can either be really, really good or really, really bad. But he was like one of the most nicest, down-to-earth people I ever met.
I agree completely. We need more people like that.
Yeah, and then I thought to myself, like, because I'm a bigger fan of his music than I am his movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like,
now I have to be careful there because I never want to say anything negative about anybody. But I'm not a heavy metal girl. It's not my type of music. So it's nothing personal. Don't like White Zombie. I can't help it. It's not my music. And I love pretty much everything. I don't like hardcore rap. I don't like techno. And that's about it. Everything else I'm pretty cool with. Except for heavy metal.
Like I said, my best friend's 15-year-old daughter was making fun of me a couple of days ago because I was listening to Motley Crue.
Oh, see now, that's a different case. I grew up in the 80s. Yeah. So Motley Crue, they were like, the big long-haired rock and rollers. It was just, I do like a few Motley Crue songs.
I was listening to Home Sweet Home, and she was making fun of me. She goes, "How could you listen to that sappy crap, that sappy shit, Uncle Adam?" She's like, "You're old."
Nice.
I was like, I remember when you used to be young and sweet and cute.
Baby, you know what? We're all getting old every day. Everybody, we all go through it, and you've got to embrace it. You've got to, be comfortable with who you are. I'm in what I'm going to call my golden years. I'm in my early 60s, and I wake up every day and so I made a New Year's resolution this year. I fail at all of them. I don't think I've ever kept one, except for this one. And what I resolved to do is every day, if I'm in public or in a place where I'm interacting with another person, I want to make somebody smile. I mean, there's days where I'm just working. I don't leave the house, but I still try to make my boyfriend smile. So my New Year's resolution is the lady in the grocery store with the purple loud shirt on and with the big flowers that can't really tell where she's going or what she wants. And I'll go, oh my God, I love that color on you. So my resolution was just to say nice things to people every day. And it's such a small thing. And I got to tell you, Adam, I fucking love it. I feel guilty a little bit because now I think I'm feeling as good as I make them feel, if not better. And my intention was not to make me feel good. It was to make you. But it all kind of melds together and it's wonderful. So, yeah.
That is amazing. I really think in today's world, the entire world needs more of that.
Just be nice. And you know what? You and I can disagree on anything or everything, and that's okay. That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me so much with society today is when I was growing up, same as today, everybody has different opinions. But you listened to the other person's opinions and you didn't judge. And it wasn't, oh, well, you're not what I am, so we're not going to get along. It was just much more accepting before. And today, people aren't nice enough. And if everybody took just a second to make somebody smile every day, how fucking cool would that be? Just awesome. It's easy. Make somebody smile.
Yep. One of my other questions I had for you is, as one person in the entertainment industry, how do we get more people with disabilities involved in the industry as a whole?
That's a great question. And I think that the members of SAG and AFTRA, when we vote on things, we're very aware of the wrongness that goes on in Hollywood. And I think just people caring, like one of the things that pisses me the fuck off that they did recently, Disney, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, they were animated. They weren't, the whole thing was so politically correct. I fucking hated it. You ruined a good story.
Me and my mother were forced to take my nieces to go see that.
What'd you think?
I was like, wait a minute, they couldn't find 7 little people?
Yeah, that's my point. And oh my God, what's his name? Brad Williams? He's a comedian and he's a little person. And he's fucking hysterical. And he, in my opinion, is one of the people that are really helping people to realize that you need to help everybody else. That's what, bottom line is when it comes down to the end of the day, I feel so much better if I've done something nice for someone else than if I went and bought a new dress. I would much rather make people feel comfortable and happy. So my long story short or long story long, people don't communicate so much anymore, and it's not okay to have your own opinion. It should be that if you and I, like, let's say I hated the color red, you loved it. I'm not going to fight you over it. You love red. Good for you. I don't. That's okay.
Okay.
And that's what it should be.
Maybe you like the color blue and I don't like the color blue. Big deal.
Exactly. And does that mean that we have to fight or not talk or not be nice to each other? Fuck no. It just means we think differently. And if we didn't all think differently, how boring would it be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be extremely boring.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully, and Peter Dinklage has done so much for little people. And he's a brilliant actor. Brad Williams is the comedian's name. So I think that it's not a fine line, but there is a line. There are many, many opportunities that should be given, or not given. You have to earn it.
Oh yeah.
There's times and places where if you can find an actor that in reality has that disability and they're the best at it, hire them. don't hire them just because they have a disability. There's a balance there. But I think that things are really opening up these days, and as divided as the country is, there's still a lot of good people out there. And
the world has amazing people in it. You just have to be open to it.
Now, let me give you one quick example of something I didn't care for.
Okay.
It pissed me off. And I'm so not left. I'm so not right. I'm not a liberal. I don't know where the fuck I am. But what's the actor's name? The movie is called Upside. And Bryan Cranston and my favorite short guy. Not Chris Rock. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. So they do this movie called The Upside, and Brian plays a quadriplegic. And people went fucking batshit crazy. How could you do that? There were so many disabled people that could do that role. No, there aren't. Sometimes it doesn't work. That doesn't mean that every opportunity that is right, that's when you should be given the opportunity to do your best and to be up for that project. But you shouldn't be put in something specifically because of your disability. That's my opinion. How do you feel about that? Did I offend you?
I feel the same way. I was at a stand-up club I did open mic night recently, and one of the MCs is like, why is your stage name Blind Adam? And I'm like, because I'm lazy, and that's the way I get people on the phone to remember who I am.
Brilliant.
It's not politically correct. And then I thought about it for a second, and I'm like, it's just, I put it out, the blindness thing out there, just because, I think I'm funny.
You are. I agree.
It's, be it a little bit of symbol of hope for anyone who has a dream. Is constantly got told no for years that it's something that they shouldn't do, and you do it anyways, and you get, not only do your dreams come true, but you get more so.
Absolutely.
I've had to the point where this was for the first time at ABNs this year was the first time I didn't get the "what's a blind person doing here" thing.
Really?
Yeah, I felt a little out of home because I don't know. To me, it's not ABN or exotic. Someone goes to me, "Are you faking being blind?" Or why is a blind person here? How are you going to enjoy this event? And I'm like, I usually get that like 8 in the morning when I'm not fully caffeinated yet, and I'm happy, and it's like, can a blind person just enjoy an event? Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Exactly.
So can I go? I'm like, can you just point me to the Dunkin' Donuts so I can get caffeinated first?
Yeah, I love meeting my fans. I love doing conventions. I am not a fan anymore of adult conventions. I'm not. The fans that come out are rude. They're disrespectful. They all think they're porn stars. The fans, they come in wearing less clothing than I have on. It's gotten to the point where it's a joke. Seriously. XBiz was last week, and I was going to go with Christy, and I just thought, why? The last time I walked down the red carpet, and they're like, "Hi, how are you, and who are you?" Fuck you. If you don't know who I am and you're running a red carpet, fuck you. So I will occasionally, but rarely, do an adult convention. Horror conventions, they're my fucking people. I'm a little weird.
I'm trying to get a promoter in New York to book you for the Big Apple Comic Con.
That would be fantastic if you ever have.
It's the Saturday before the weekend right before Thanksgiving.
And if you've got something for me, I love meeting my fans at horror and celebrity conventions.
Yeah, like I said, I think the only time I've seen you up here that wasn't Exotica in the last couple of years is maybe Chil Expo.
Yeah, there's a plan in the works for Chiller. Because who's going to be there? Two of my favorite people from the Devil's Rejects, or no, from 31, Richard Brake, and three names. Richard Brake and Michael. He's a good friend. I can't remember his name right now. Anyway, they are both booked at Chiller. And so my agent is trying to make it a 31 kind of revival thing. So I'm crossing my fingers. I love Chiller. I would love to go. So if you have any connections, I would appreciate it. But yeah,
Chiller, I don't. There's a couple other conventions that take place in the area that are comic book and sci-fi based and horror based.
Right.
I every time I was already told by one promoter, who I'll stay nameless because I love him, even though we will agree to disagree. I was like, you should get Ginger. I should say you should get Maitland Ward, Ginger Lynn, and then after I said Ginger Lynn, he's like, shut up. You do this to me every year. You'll mention a bunch of crossover adult film stars. And I'm like, Ginger hasn't done
fucking many.
And I started working with him.
Oh my God, that's the problem. I did it 40 years ago for 2 years. Everybody, that's the first thing they think of. I've got more mainstream work under my belt than adult.
So I've been trying to argue with this.
Don't listen.
I was like, let's go. I see. Here's $100, and here's a Cheesecake Factory gift card. Let's do a bet right now. I said, I'll bet you that she's got more mainstream work than adult work.
Absolutely. I just crossed that line recently.
Yeah, I went to IMDb Pro, and it's like, look, the last time she did an adult movie was 2010.
2000. Actually, that's not true. We shot that in 2008. So not that 2 years is a big difference, but it is to me. And I'm not putting down. I loved my time in the adult and film industry, but I don't want to sound like I'm full of myself, but I'm more than just an ex-porn star.
Exactly.
And so it is difficult sometimes because people have preconceived notions. I won't mention any names, but there are two other porn stars that do conventions, horror conventions. That there's three now, but they've all done like 2 or 3 things. They're and it's great. I love that the doors are opening for people in the adult film industry, but at the same time, I don't want to get political.
Exactly. And I've been starting that line a lot lately myself, but you got
to be so careful. You can get canceled like that. If I go, no, I want a peanutless M&M. I want a plain M&M. Oh, got a peanut, but I don't like peanut.
I gotta go. They say now I'm gonna be picking up a bag of M&Ms.
They'll be going, I love peanut M&Ms. I'm not gonna watch any more Ginger's movies. She doesn't like peanut M&Ms. I mean, you can fucking get canceled for shit like that.
Oh, I know.
Or a joke.
It's such a weird world we live in today.
Right. And especially for comedians. And I consider you a host and a comedian and an artist. And ta-da! The end.
Thank you. I did an open mic night, and it's just like, okay, I'm getting the rest off after a year and a half because I took some time off for some medical reasons, and I was just like, trying to think, and I started doing my routine, and I was just like, I said something that was semi-political about Mayor Adams in New York, and people were just like, afterwards, it's like, you should take the whole.
The lynch mob comes out. Yeah, no, it's scary. It's horrible. But you know what? There's a lot of good in the world. I mean, here we are hanging out, talking, having a good time, hopefully entertaining a few people. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I don't care what color popsicle you want. It's your popsicle. You're eating it, not me.
I had to explain that concept of two very competitive little kids who are my nieces who are only a year apart, and it's just like, come on, just
it's frightening
to a point where I told my brother, I was like, when they're teenagers, don't have fun. I think you're gonna have bathroom to the death. Just when I saw babysitting them when they were almost ready to kill each other because they both got different colored snow cones.
My prediction, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but AI, I'm thinking Terminator within the next 20 years, if not sooner.
I actually have you for half the time. I'm going to say 10.
You think?
AI, the way it's going with the rapid growth of it.
Yeah, you know what? I bet you're right. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I was watching a talk show, and the host was interviewing a robot. It was a machine, and they're having a conversation. And at one point, the interviewer said to the guest, I guess, the robot, what are your plans for the future? What do you hope happens? What do what's your goal? And it was something to the effect of, I want to become smarter than humans.
Okay.
And it was freaky as fuck, because
you just saying that right now just made a shiver up my spine.
Right? Yeah. I have a friend. I did a movie recently. I've done so many, but there's one that I'm really excited about. It's called The Dead Janitors Club. And it's I had the best fucking role ever. Dead Janitors Club. The last I heard, 3 of the movies that I have coming out have Paramount connections.
Nice.
Put it that way. Yeah. So my theory is, and you're probably much better at the 10 years. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like in 1 year. Look what Ukraine just did. I mean, they got fucking smart. They didn't have the manpower. They didn't have what they needed to fight. Russia's huge. And they just built these incredible semi-truck living quarters with this fake space, brought in all these drones, and drove to the fucking parts of Russia where they had their bombers and their equipment. And so they drove in, got out, said, fuck off, ran, and then pushed the button, and they just fucking blew up. It's horrible. It's heartbreaking. But my point is technology. Yes. They've been working on this for a year. On average, what I've heard is 1,000 people a day die in Russia because of this war. 1,000 people a day. These are just nice, normal people that are caught up in whose balls are bigger, kind of a thing, And Putin is just, I don't know. I don't want to go all over there, but my theory, my thought, my fear is that within the next not too far off future, robots are going to be running pretty much everything. They're smarter, they're faster, they're quicker, they learn, they don't have attitude.
You know what actually really scared me? When I'm not doing this, I'm a memorabilia dealer. Comic books, autographed DVDs, that whole circuit. And my driver is just like, hey, you mind if we grab something from White Castle? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And the entire drive-in was ran by AI and tech.
Yes. Okay.
I was like, I was like, what the fuck?
I had a similar experience. I was working on my last film I just wrapped on is Desert Fiends 2, which I had so much fun. Got to work with Eric Roberts and Richard Lasardo again. He and I were guest stars on NYPD Blue in the same episode. There were all these wonderful actors and people on the set. And what am I talking about, Adam? Jump in.
You're talking about technology and AI.
Technology and AI.
And
So
how you were
Desert.
coming home from a movie and.
Oh yeah. So I had the nicest. One of the crew members picked me up and drove me every day back and forth. Say about an hour outside of Vegas that we were shooting. And what am I talking about again? Okay. So we're done shooting. Yep, got it. We're done shooting for the day. It's like we started at 6 a.m. It's 8 p.m. We're in the middle of nowhere, and there's one little bitty town that you can stop in, and they have a few drive-thrus and restaurants that are open. And I can't remember prior to this experience the last time I had anything from McDonald's. And my childhood memories, I'm like, fuck yeah, I want a cheeseburger. I want those terrific fries. Can't wait. So I take my friend, the crew member, the driver, and 2 other actors. We go into McDonald's and we order what we want. I ordered a cheeseburger. I got it, and it was black. And I said, I went up and I said, this is overcooked. Can I get one? And she goes, we don't cook them. They're pre-made. They're not fabricated, but basically what they do is there's no more grill where you're flipping the burger.
Mm-hmm.
It is a machine. It's like basically a high-tech microwave that cooks the meat. There's like 2 people that work there. Everything is run. Yeah, no shit. So that was scary for me when that happened. I went, whoa, there's a manager that I've spoken to because I'm not happy with my burger. And the thing is, I said, giving me another one that's the same isn't going to make any difference. I want my money back. And they got really nasty with me. And they were like, you're the only one getting their money back. Not anybody else at your table. If they don't like it, don't. It was like, holy fuck. I go to the airport. I travel a lot. And there are convenience stores with no people in them. You have to walk through a metal or some detector of some sort, and it scans your credit card from your wallet or your purse. When you walk in, everything that you pick up, it knows. And so you walk in, your credit card allows you to get in, you buy your shit, you put it in a bag, and you fuck off. You pay for it. You don't meet anybody. You don't even pay for it. They got your card when you walked in. So anything you pick up. Yeah.
I mean, it's every sci-fi movie that I've ever, and sci-fi movie and comic book I ever read or watched.
Right.
From the age of 10 to now.
It's going to happen.
Well, Ginger, I really want to thank you.
I thank you, Adam. I really like you.
I want to thank you so much. I try to get you on at least once a year, and I always thank you for being accommodating and so kind. And I don't know if you remember this, but the reason I switched formats to audio the way I've been doing it now for the last 3 years,
right,
is actually because of you. It made me a better podcast. So when I did my first Zoom interview, did not go so well. Like, I can only see your nose, learn how to do this right, get back to me, bye. And I shut the computer down. I was like, I think I just failed as a podcaster today. And then I talked to a buddy of mine. He's like, no, it's probably visual. And that's when I had a friend of mine give me a better thing than Zoom that would work better with the technology.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is really nice.
I've been doing this ever since, and I thank you for the friendship and the support. And just about 2 years ago, getting to have you, and if I could go back in time into my 20-year-old self, that one day I'm gonna be interviewing and doing a comedy like show with Christy Canyon and Ginger Lynn on the same.
Who'd have thunk it?
Lots of you. I'm just saying thank you for helping lots of dreams become reality.
Thank you, Adam. I admire you. I respect you. You make me smile. You make me feel good. You're a wonderful podcaster. Not only do you ask good questions, but you do your homework. And I did podcasting for 18 years. Well, I started in radio, and then things changed, and but I did 18 years of it, and you're really good. You're really good, and the work you put into it shows. And I will always be there for you if you need me. I wish you all the best, and I thank you, my love.
And that, thank you so much for the kind words. You have yourself an amazing evening.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye, baby.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I don't know where to push the button.
Hang on, I just gotta
skip to edit lot clickable.
Yeah, I'm looking too. Oh, there we go.
Clickable end stream button.
Yay, there's end stream.
Outro clickable.
Everyone have a beautiful night. This is Blind Adam. Signing off and thanking Ginger Lynn for being a great guest tonight.
Buttons. Button not yet. Button set outro bit. Button end stream.
There we go. End stream.
Button ends. Clickable.